Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Let's try and make sure everything's working first. Oh, for some reason, my headphones are a bit tied up. How are you, Kev? If you can hear me. Check 1 2, check 1 2. Can you hear me? There should be no reasons why not, but you never know. Yeah. Just trying to make sure I'm actually live when it says I'm live. There we go. Thomas is here. 3434. And hi, Major League Nerd. How are you? Let's show you my face, which isn't a beautiful face today. It's very much my static. Then my hair is so long. Like, look at it. Jesus Christ! I literally can't. I had a quick shower today, and I could not get that down. It's an absolute mess. Hello, everybody. So quite a few things have happened. That makes it sound like really dramatic and stuff like that. Oh, I've not ate my Mars. I was going to eat my Mars and I've not ate it. Give over. You are clearly the pinnacle. Thank you. I am with my... You can tell I am a pinnacle of human fitness with this kind of diet. It's obvious. You can tell. Hi, Craig. How are you? How are we doing? All right. Yeah, I hope everybody's okay. I was just watching the Games Workshop thing. Not being an ARC channel, being an ARC channel, I was very excited. As I'm sure you can appreciate. But hi, Synthetic Black Miniatures. Hi, you can hear me good. Hi, Thomas. Hi, hi everybody. Hi, Craig. Today, I mean, I have a different camera setup. You can see the camera. So we're trying this again. But the camera is showing... Ooh. So the reason being, a couple of things are happening in my life that aren't that important to anyone but me. But since the equipment ranking, I may have not bought several tester pots. That's weird you say that, because I bought the opposite of tester pots. I bought those little. I bought some acrylic paints just because they were dead cheap on Amazon. So I was like, oh, pick some of them up. Yeah. So, yes. So, yeah, a couple of things happening that aren't ARC models, and I know that's upsetting to some of you, but basically, obviously, I'm planning on going to a Star Wars Legion event, and I plan to run these. And that's this month. And I won't have them painted, but I might get them, like, sprayed on something, or, vaguely done, but not quite done. I've got 2 units of them. Sorry, I just hit the mic. And, for those of you who don't know, Tabletop Oddity, it's a channel that's sort of been a bit quiet of late, but I plan on doing like bat reps. So the plan is I'm probably going to change the name, we're going to draft somebody in, and we're going to sort of make some more bat reps. But I don't really have a proper army because I've not picked up a paintbrush, I've not modelled properly. I have because I did it on stream, but in my own spare time I haven't done anything. And yes, I really need to start getting back to work. Sounds like a conservative slogan from the 90s or something, but yeah, that's the plan. I bought that light. I quite like the light. The idea is that let's cut, like, you can see it's, oh, look at that blur, but obviously if I go like this, it's not very blurry at all, so it's a bit big. But it is what it is. So yes, but tester pots are very good, very cheap, and yeah, that's the plan. That's what that's sort of why I need to build. Also on the terrain front, which has been upsetting, is have you ever had that moment? See, I don't know if it happens to you guys the same way it happens to me, but I came up with this idea of, I don't want to talk too much because I want it to just be a surprise in the video, but I failed twice, a little bit like with KPS, but not as dramatic as with KPS. And I was like really paranoid that the video wouldn't have made any sense. But now I think I'm ready. I think the video's actually going to be okay, but weirdly, people have been liking that where to buy XPS video, and I sort of did that because, well, 1, I did the poll, and 2, I was a little bit short of a video. I hadn't done a video for a little while, so I was like, let's do this, and it is what it is. So that's it. That's the plan. That's what I've been up to. How are you guys? Have you been doing up to anything interesting? I was trying to say, have you been doing anything interesting? Been up to much, but it's sort of like blended into one. Now, will this work? Oh, I'm a bit, like, zoomed in on my face. Oh, that's my elbow. Can I show you my... I'm already sweating. I do have a fan on me and I'm already sweating. Let's pump up the fan. Oh, pump it up. Pump it up. Get that fan going a little bit. Do let me know if it ends up being annoying and loud. That's not in the right place because I've already hit it once. So let's move that. And let's... I could show you this weird angle. Whoa, whoa. You can see my girl's keyboard, my glue. Whoa, some barrels and an SD card, some paint. Whoa. Oh, not very that interesting. The microphone. The Mars. With the lack of Legion releases, start building bot action army. Oh, nice. Yeah, I really need to actually start building. I might just move that a little bit more over there so I can do it. Now, the light obviously won't be on the box. I mean, the box won't be here for that long. This is like a cheap keyboard. I must have paid like £3 for it, so I presume you're like... I've never had a good keyboard. I think I'm worried that I'd have to like keep it clean and like look after it, and I don't really want to do that. So I've never had a good keyboard. I'm actually going to take these headphones off because I don't really need them. Because I don't really... The music is, if anything, a distraction. And look at my hair, honestly. Honestly. Shall we just empty this all out? Ugh. I thought that was going to be more dramatic than it was. Are these not... Have I got the wrong glue? Are these... These aren't on a sprue. These are resin. I'm prepared with the plastic glue thinking they were going to be plastic, but I actually need super glue. I'm quite short of super glue, so this is going to be interesting. I do have a little one of these, but... Yeah. That's going to be interesting. Someone got me a Razer keyboard, but it broke. Yep, I'm all in the keep it cheap. Keep it cheap realness, get it done. Hopefully you can't... Oh, the mic is a little bit in the way. See, no matter where I put the mic, there's going to be a risk of it being in the shot. Obviously, I need to be able to see what I'm doing. But I think we're happy with this. It sort of works. I feel like my face is big. Cheap keyboard, more money for models. I mean, not really my logic, but it's the logic. So yeah, the idea is that this isn't going to be that interesting to watch. I'm just going to do it so you've got to, you can do. Need you to make a stream on making boccages. Weirdly, I was literally thinking about that the other day. Unfortunately, it's not in the short-term list because boccage is sort of like, I don't know, people associate it with like World War II, don't they? And not really 40k. You can sort of make a case for it in fantasy, but not, not that much. So, I thought this was going to be a plastic stream. I thought I was going to need all that kind of stuff. But that's just not the case. It's just not the case. I might just not let up a couple of instances. Ooh, too much. Ooh. But yes, there we go. Okay. Yes, I know this isn't going to be the most interesting bit in the world. God, that's well too bright. Why did I do that, anybody? Somebody tell me why. Also, we should actually have autofocus, which we didn't have last time. So I should be able to do stuff like... Ooh, see how it's slightly out of focus. But now if I bring it into focus... Oh, it's in focus. Dun dun dun. Yep, I honestly thought it was resin. So, not resin. I thought it was plastic, but it is instead resin. So that's... To be fair, that's really good because I don't have to worry about what number goes with what. I can literally just take it out of the bag and glue it. So I'm actually quite happy about this. I prefer, weirdly, well, it's not really that weird. Not being a hobbyist or anything like that, I really prefer the simple models. I do not like, the idea of building droids, oh my god, really, really kills me. Like, I just don't want to do it. I really like simplicity. I just dig it. It's my bag. See that I was like made a bad joke, and then I was like, that's not funny, but I'm gonna pretend I'm gonna laugh at it, and then I actually found it funny. So that's what happened. that explains that. The white balance is a little bit skew if I'm honest. I'll see if I can fix it. could maybe do that, which is auto white balance. So it might gradually change over time, but it is what it is. So yeah, we can actually go like this. Oh, and it zooms in. Ho, 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 ho. Oh, what's this? The light is too bright, maybe. I can just turn down the light. I've got a light right here. Oh, damn. Odell Beckham. Yeah, so that's what I've got. The next line, you'll have to go individual bullets. You'll have to just craft it yourself, I think. You're going to have to sculpt GW's next models yourself. Yeah, conspiracy theory, right? It's not really conspiracy theory. What? My absolute testicle. Sorry. I like hit something, knock my leg, and then whatever, you don't need to know. You know what they should do? So Age of Sigmar 3 is almost certainly coming out this year. 99.99999% unless there's a catastrophe, right? Age of Sigmar should be the simple fantasy game. It's a skirmish game. It should be really simple. Warhammer the Old World should be complicated. But I think they're going to do it the other way around. I think they're going to have looked at like a Song of Ice and Fire and they're going to do a rank and file game with really simple rules. But we'll see. We'll see. And when I say a really simple game, I think like Age of Sigmar should just all be pushed to fit and stuff like that. They should all be like this. Do you know what I mean? Just really, really simple stuff. I just think it would be better. I've said it. That's what I believe. I just realised that you're actually not going to be able to see it. This would make sense when I was painting. But if I'm trying to glue something, I'm not really sure it makes sense. Now, what I like about this is very simple head. I'll just... Oh, got to test fit it first, haven't you? You've got to test fit it first. Great. So yeah, if you've got any like questions, anything like that, do let me know. Blockages is not something I've ever really put any thought into. I knew this would be going to be crap because I've been using this glue, you know, like just for, I was going to say ad hoc tasks. That very much reminds me of work. Then the arm. So which arm am I going to put in first? That one. But yeah, so happy to just chat random stuff whilst I build this. But get used to these hobby streams if it's something you're interested in, because quite literally, I'm going to turn that off very briefly and have it so it's fixed. I think I have another plan. You've got a video on hedgerows? Go on, give me the lowdown. Okay, I'm just trying to make it so it'll be in focus a little bit more. You know, I thought I'd perfected this, but obviously I have not. Anyway, his head's on. I just need to glue his arm. I think I might glue that arm in first. No, I'm just going to whack glue. I'm literally just going to whack glue in the holes and just shove it together. People always tell me about stuff like, oh, you should paint it whilst it's not together. And I say, I don't care. So that's what's happening. It's literally just going to get whacked together. Everything is getting whacked in. Everything is getting rushed. I'll probably take some mold lines off after I've finished building them, but I'm not. Why can't I get that in the hole? Like Happy Gilmore. Why are you not going in the hole? Okay. But yes. Hi, Mickey. I hope you're doing very well. I hope everybody's doing very well. Great thing. I should probably say stuff like that instead of just talking about me. You know, it's all about me. But I hope everybody's doing very well. Oh, now this is the kind of level I like. Oh, you know, perfect. Absolutely perfect. No hassle. No, let's have a look at the mold lines. I don't necessarily think you'll be able to see these, so I'm going to get my head in very close. Can I see any obvious mold lines? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Now, I do tend to remove mold lines in like obvious spots, but yeah, it's probably something I'll do off stream. I just wanted to get these built. Get them built so I can at least pretend, you know, I can at least like go to an event if needed. If I need to get to an event, I'm like, yeah, I'm there. not an orc channel. I randomly just not have orcs lying around. But yeah, so what have I been up to? Yeah, just mainly working on terrain. Just me, that's it. A lot of effort goes into not much sometimes. I don't understand how some people can be, can make so much. Oh, there's two things. Hi, Dakafaka Flame. Lovely name. I bet you were ecstatic what you just saw on the Warhammer community stream. A new kind of orc. An orc I can't remember the name of. I want to say bone splitters, but that's completely wrong. I don't know, they're like primal kind of thing, but I can't remember what they're called. Yeah, but I bet you were ecstatic is perhaps maybe not the right word, but excited. Also, just would like to, I mean, he's not here, he's never going to see it. I'm wishing Chapter Master Valric a speedy recovery. I'm not 100% sure what kind of accident it was in, but it was pretty bad. I obviously hope he is okay. And there was something else I wanted to talk about, which I cannot remember. Memory, like I said, I've got super glue in my eye. Shit. What? And I just started stinging it. Like I must have rubbed my eye and I must have had something close. Okay, you're super happy. Good. I'm happy. Beast Naggers. I don't really like the models. I don't really like the sort of savage orc aesthetic. Now, I know it's not savage orcs, but you know what I mean? That sort of like caveman aesthetic. I quite like the Iron Jaws aesthetic. Oh, my eye's still stinging. Aesthetic. Oof. I honestly don't know how I did that or what I did. Well, I know what I did. I rubbed my eye, but I don't know quite. I'm not quite 100% sure how. I don't think I had super glue on me, but obviously I must have done because my eye's stinging. You almost saw somebody going blind live on her. Live on the YouTube. Sorry. I mean, I almost could just not show you what I was doing. I think it's probably the same level of quality in it. I don't really think it makes that big of a difference. I thought this light would make a difference, but I'm not sure it necessarily has. Oh, Campaign Terrain Cross is lying to you there. Completely getting his own channel incorrect. I would never make mistakes. I like how you have episode numbers. I just don't bother. Just whack it in. I feel like with episode numbers, it feels... I don't know if people do it because they just do it, but... I don't know, like, I don't really feel like there's any purpose. I guess it... Because, are you really sure if you've watched 120 of Black Magic Crafts videos? Do you know what I mean? I've got lots of sharp objects nearby. Hopefully... I mean, I don't normally... Okay, I think I've got super glue here on my hand. And so maybe I, like, rubbed my eye and I, like, got it on it. But I don't know how I got super glue on my hand. Maybe... I don't know what I touched. But it is what it is. I'm gonna actually build these. These are gonna be the good thing about Star Wars Legion, you don't have to have them painted. Worst case scenario, I can just play. Hi Richard, how are you? I hope you're doing very well today. Yeah. Maximum professionalism. I forgot about maximum professionalism briefly. Inadvertently, I'm not gonna say that because it's rude. I ruined my t-shirt very briefly. I need to put it in the wash. That sounds worse than it is. Oh, it is what it is. Okay, let's get his leg in. Who is this guy? He looks like... Is he my mortar guy? Sorry, I don't know. My hand's in the way. I honestly don't know. I can't not have hands. Face. Space. Hands. Wait, hands? I don't even know what that is. Wash your hands. Make space. Cover your face. Something I don't bloody know. Super glues my hands to pets can water around so they know it's time to get. Well, I just got super glue in my eye, so I think we're doing very well together. You know, we're having a great day. I still don't even know I did that. It really hurt. It didn't really hurt, but it was temporarily discomforting. but yeah, oh my god, building models like this is great. Building models like Games Workshop, where you've got to take everything off the sprue, is an absolute pain in the ass. I do hope that the advent of 3D printing like becomes so good that either I can do it at home, fine, or that the models that Games Workshop send me just don't have mold lines. Oh, that would be so good. Hi Ben, how are you? Hope you're doing very well today. Today is going to be the day I throw it all back to thou'st. By now, yeah, so yeah, this is all you get used to this, guys. I will be like assembling, I'll be badly painting. I really need to start making and preparing my models for events, battle reports for a channel. Like, I really need to step up my game, and you know how crap I am, so I figured this is a way of just doing it, you know, basically making myself do it. So I'm happy to just chat absolute nonsense, and if you guys are happy to stay, ask questions, have fun times, watch me nearly blind myself, then, you know, all the better. All the better. Oh, do me a favour. Hope you're going to let your... Why, Craig? You got some sort of problem with this, hairdo? You got a problem with this? I'm going for the mad... I look like a mad English teacher or something like that. Not English, because I can't speak. So, I look like a mad... Not even a geography teacher. Drama teacher, maybe? What was I going to say? Oh, I want you to like the stream. You know what I said I said one stream, don't bother liking the stream. But I've actually put tags and stuff on this stream. So I'm curious if you like the video, if you like the stream, will we see any difference? So you press like. So Cross, Ben, press like. Craig, Tyler, Daka, Richard, Mickey, you know, get in there, press like. There we go. I can see somebody went from 3 to 6. Thank you, art teacher. Except I'm terrible. I would be like the worst art teacher in the history of art. So what you do, guys? You take the super glue and you shove it in your eye. Okay, I'm fired after one day. They just didn't like my methods. Yeah. Thank you very much for the likes. Thank you. I do really appreciate that. I'm sort of curious if it makes a difference. So there you have it. Okay, just went and very superficially checked out the Beast Naggers. First impression, somebody watched the dwarfs in the Battle of Five Armies portion of The Lord of the Rings and went, oil dem needs squigs. What? Thank you, Carlos. I didn't know you were here. Carlos Beltran, are you named after a baseball player? Or does Beltran, is that not that guy's name? I don't know baseball very well. I know baseball probably more than the average Englishman, but not very well. You'd be like the shop teacher, yes, like back in my day we used rusty saws. Yes, that is probably more accurate. Let me just double check. It's up to 10 likes, guys. Thank you very much. I don't know if it'll make a difference. It's a bit of an experiment, so we'll see. I don't really know how I'll test it, so there you have it. This one, I don't like the look of this model. Look at how many pieces it's in, guys. Why is his leg in it? Oh, he's doing a tactical run. I thought he was going to need a tactical rock, but he's actually doing a... You're not familiar? Okay, it's actually a real name. There's a baseball player called Beltran, and I don't remember his first name. So, obviously, probably not Carlos Beltran, but it just, you know, it's a cool... I actually really like the name. Cool. Way better than mine, which is Cunliffe. Which, if you ever see written down, the L and the I can suspiciously look like a T, and he's called Carlos. Nice. And you know, you get C-U-N-T, and then sometimes they'll throw in the word sniff at the end if you ever get on a phone call. So yeah, that can be interesting. So I would love to have a name like Beltran. Jason Beltran. Doesn't sound as good as Carlos, to be fair. You play for the Mets? Oh, geez, I don't know this. I know who the Mets are. The New York Mets? New York Mets. That's not New York Mets. It is the New York Mets. You got the New York Yankees and the New York Mets. Do you? That doesn't sound right when I say it. Whoa, why is this not going in? His leg doesn't even look like it. It doesn't even feel like his leg fits. Like it's not even the right thingy. Yeah, my knowledge of baseball, I used to watch it quite a lot when it was on Channel 5 in the UK. It was I was a student at the time, obviously. And basically, like, obviously, it was on at like 1 in the morning. So I would watch baseball. I quite like the people who were hosting it as well, so it was quite cool. Same for the NFL, although I actually still follow NFL. One of the baseball, the Mets versus somebody, was it the Mets? No, I don't think it was the Mets, thinking about it. They showed one of the games on YouTube the other day, which I almost caught. I caught a little bit of it, but then I was just like, yeah, baseball's not that interesting. I'm a Yank. The only sports I watch are darts and Blood Bowl. How do you watch darts? Man, even in the UK, I don't think anybody actually watches darts. What is this? What is this arm? Maybe the camera should have been on the other side, but then I got the door in the way, so that's a bit of a problem. I don't understand how it goes together. Got to do a dry test fit. The good thing is I've got 2 of these guys, so don't worry. This arm doesn't feel like... This just feels like the wrong... This just feels like the wrong guy. Nothing about this model is good. All right. Oh, he's doing it super cool. Okay, I've got it. Okay. Let's get some glue on this bad boy. Rude boy. Yes. What I've been up to, I've not really been doing anything that interesting. I've been stressing about work quite a bit, which is obviously a very exciting subject that everybody loves to talk about. So, yeah, I'm not really doing anything interesting. I don't know if I'm actually out of glue. Okay, I'm not out of glue. But, yeah. I've been watching Taskmaster, but I've not quite finished it, so... Yeah, I feels like it's all getting ready to kick off, like I'm going to the event at the end of this month. Forgot. Jesus Christ, Jason, again. Okay, I'm going to have to actually see the whole... What is this miniature? What are you doing? What are those? Okay, I do apologise about this one, but it just would not go in. And it's still sort of falling out. Don't know what they've done with this one. Darts World Championships are sporadically shown on sports channels. Oh, one of the sports I have actually been watching recently, more often than I say, not when I was a kid, but more often than in recent years, is F1. I've just become really interested in F1 again for whatever reason. This model just feels wrong. I hate this one. This guy's a pain in the backside, okay? Just so you all know. He's only like 4 parts. And I'm like, crap. Absolute crap. But yes, F1. I've been watching F1. Doo-doop. Honestly, I don't even use this yet. Put the sharp objects away from me. But yeah. This fan is very pathetic. I'm not going to lie. It's a fan where you're supposed to put water in it. I got it dead cheap because the idea is that it's a little bit like a poor man's air conditioning. I mean, in the UK, I wish we just had air conditioning as standard. You know, that 1 month of the year where we all suffer. It would be a lot easier with air conditioning. Games Workshop wise, wait. Anybody know? So are they doing another stream tomorrow? Because they did question mark on one of the streams, didn't they? Do they have a day 6? Are they on tomorrow? Is this on tomorrow? Anybody actually know? Let's see. Do they have like a guide of when and what? Well, not what, because I saw a list and it had like question mark at the end, and the idea was being that maybe it would be Kill Team. Is it this? The 8th of May. Yeah, so they've got one more stream. Yeah, okay, they've got one more stream. So, I've no idea what was for Age of Sigmar. No idea. I mean, a whole day dedicated to Black Library. That sounds boring to me. What did they show for box games? That'd be interesting. But this mystery one, the theory being probably Kill Team. I think it might be a bit early to show Age of Sigmar. But we'll see. What was the box game? Oh, it was Necromunda. It felt like it was mainly Necromunda, wasn't it? Was it Necromunda? I felt like it was Necromunda. Yeah, Warhammer Underworlds. Yeah, nothing I'm interested in. All right, okay. Oh, they're on repeat. Somebody I know used to say repeat. Repeat. Lunatics. Nobody here has air conditioning. A couple of summers ago when it was, yeah, it's like, with global warming, I feel like I should invest. So I bought a really cheap fan, and it's like you put water in it, it like squirt. It's good, it cools you down, but it's just like squirting a water bottle on you. It's not like the most revolutionary of concepts. And I think I paid like 30 quid for it. I was fuming. And hot. I was hot and bothered. To borrow. See, I mean, the Age of Sigmar 3 is definitely coming. We all know. Let's not beat around the bush. Ain't nobody gonna be surprised when Age of Sigmar 3 comes out. But the rumour was that it was going to be Kill Team first, and then Age of Sigmar. But I don't know if that's even true anymore. Like, I don't know. Do you know what I mean? We don't know. Age of Sigmar 3 makes sense because the rumour is still sort of July. Oh my god, get in the hole, mate. Get in the hole. Okay. Fine. Well, it will be interesting to see if it is going to be Age of Sigmar 3. I feel like they should have just done a dedicated stream. I feel like the Warhammer Fest... I mean, to be fair, a lot of people are watching the Warhammer Fest, but for me, it's a snooze fest. Couldn't think of anything better. Gonna catch... sorry about that, gamer addict Frank. Catching you late, but the first time catching you live. Well, it's a pleasure to have you. You've caught me on a day where I'm very urgently building models to attend a tournament this month. So there you have it. Last time they released Kill Team, they did. That is true, actually. It's funny how the cycles are almost exactly then in sync, innit? But obviously, with COVID has actually caused a delay of some sort, but we don't know what or where. But we do know Age of Sigmar 3 and essentially Kill Team 2 are going to come out this year. Oh my god, I'm getting this all over my fingers. Get in the hole. Okay. Why are words so difficult today? I hope you're doing okay, gamer Frank. What kind of gaming are you addicted to? If it's MMOs, I've got an MMO channel. I've got 2 more models left in this kit. One of them is going to be the mortar, which I've not actually seen assembled. Well, I have seen it assembled. I just don't know how you do it. That's a Death Trooper right there. They do look like Death Troopers. Do you know what I really don't want to buy at the minute? Is the... Just read your name, that guy who's going to be a lawyer. These are Shore Troopers. But they're very similar to Death Troopers. What was I going to say? I don't want to buy 3 of the Special Forces, Iden's Special Forces. I really can't be bothered buying 3. So it's like, well, if I'm not going to run 3, then I'm not going to bother. But I think my list for anybody who wants to stream snipe me at the event, it's probably going to be... I'm not sure of the commanders yet, but I'm probably going to run 2 Shore Trooper units with the mortars. Probably going to run 3 speeder bikes. I just really like speeder bikes. They're just good fun. 3 snipers, and then whatever else fits. Whatever commanders. Probably Vias. I mean, if I could squeeze him... Vias Bobber. Ooh, I would be all over that. Even though I appreciate whatever he's called better. I'm going to be crap at the game. I'm absolutely going to be crap at the game. I'm building Star Wars Legion models, and these are before they went to sprues. So I'm building Star Wars Legion models, and these are the Shore Troopers for the Empire. But you play Marvel Crisis Protocol. Legend. That's apparently like really popping off. I mainly just play Star Wars Legion. Hi Wargaming Dad, hi Darren, how are you doing? I hope you're doing very well. I really hope Kill Team 2 is oh my god. Daka, did you watch me on Tabletop Oddity or anything? Because that, it sort of chronicled my rise and fall of hope with that game. It was like, the box came out and I was like, yes, this is the kind of game I can get into. Great. And then they were like, hey, how about them commanders? And I was like, no, that's bad. Don't want that. And then I think they were like, you know how it's all about like regular troops who are specialized, who are like going on a little mini journey. How about them elites? And I was like, no, that's not what I want. And then they were like, hey, why don't we just release loads of like, no, I actually missed out. They did that, was it Warhammer? It's not Warhammer Quest. Is it Warhammer Quest? They did that 40k version of like Warhammer Quest kind of thing. And there were rules for that in the game. I was like, that's crap. Then they did a Kill Team Annual. Then they did Arena. And it's just all over the place. I hate them. I hate the way Games Workshop do their rules. Really annoys me. Really annoys me. I'm gonna calm down. You're good. I'm doing very well. Very hot in this room because I've got everything's closed and I've got lights on and it's bright and I'm hot. But there you have it. You're building tauntauns. Nice. You know, I don't actually have any tauntauns. I'm on my Star Wars Legion channel, my Tabletop Odyssey channel. It's going to get renamed and we're going to do battle reports. And it was just like, right, I really need to start getting my miniatures. Dark Fortress is the one, Darren. Thank you. If I'm wrong on names, do let me know. Don't let me like call you by the wrong name. I'm pretty sure it is Darren, but you never know. I could be, I could easily just saying the wrong name. At any given point, actually, I am prone to that. Not with my, not with people I've known for a long time, but just with people I've just met. I'll just start calling them by a different name. I'm like, yep. And then it's like, do they want to tell me that I've been calling them the wrong name? Because it's embarrassing for both of us? Or do they just let me carry on? It's always the question. But I do try and remember. Spot on. See, and Dakafaka Flame is Tyler. So if you do tell me, I am quite close to remembering. Campaign terrain is Cross. You know, I am more than, you know, my real name is Jason. Although I think I prefer Jay. And I never used to be a fan of Jace. But it's grown on me now. Jace. One of my actual best friend, he calls me Jables, which I'm not necessarily a fan of. Because of Tenacious D, I also don't hate. So there you have it. Those are some nicknames. This is probably insensitive in this day and age, but I'll tell you anyway. When I was younger, I'm like 6'1", right? But I've always been quite tall and relatively slim. I'm not slim anymore. I'm quite fat. I told you once, boom, nailed it. See, you tell me I'm okay. I just sometimes have a habit of just presuming I'm correct and just going with it. But in this case, I'm correct. Good. And yeah, they used to call me Moses Wafer Kiptanui. Now, Moses Kiptanui, it doesn't even make any sense. Moses Kiptanui was a like Kenyan long distance runner, and I was as skinny as a wafer. That was the name. But I used to be very good at long distance running, but I was going to say I got old, lazy and fat, but technically I was always lazy. I just got older and then bigger. And now I don't run at all. Now the stairs are a bit of a challenge. Can I just say I'm not happy about this quantity of models, like bits. I mean, I just don't want to do it. I don't want to deal with it. I'm not interested. I really don't. I'm not looking forward to actually getting some miniatures that are on sprues, you know. I really don't want it. I understand. I just don't want to do it. I'm just not about that lifestyle. It just seems like a lot of effort, you know. How does this go together? I can't even figure it out. What? Wait, this and this must go together. I just don't. That must go on the floor. And then that must go in there. Okay, it's actually relatively easy. There you have it. I was being a dunce. I hope it'll just fit because I'm going to whack the glue on and just shove it in. But yes. Hopefully that's the right way. Yeah. What's that off? Yeah. Oh, it's Dr. Disrespect. Out of all the random things to be quoted. The Doctor. Disrespect. Yeah. So I need to get ready for these events. So I've really I've got my impetus back to actually start modeling again, to start doing war game stuff again. Like I've said this before, but I haven't played a game, I've done like one game online, but I haven't played a game in earnest in now like 15 months. 15 months. It's going to be like starting the hobby again. What am I doing? I'm going to go to this event and I'm just not going to know the rules. Thankfully, I think most people will not remember the rules. This model doesn't go together very nicely. I have sensitive fingers. Multi-part is terrible. I don't think the quality is worth it. Or I almost wish that they did 2 tiers of models, like push fit basic models, and then here we're going to let you customize the hell out of this. I just don't want to customize the hell out of it. I just want to get them done, have them look okay on the table and play. I'm about the game. Don't extend my hobby time because other people want it. You know, I understand other people want it, but I just don't want it. Looking forward to getting into a small-scale MCP in Exeter. Nice, nice. Yeah, so I'm only going to it. I think it's a 12-man event at Elysium, run by Ellis, actually. It's his shop. 12-person event. Perfect. Everybody that I hope, if there's any tryhards, if I actually play a tryhard, I'm going to be like, look, I concede. Let's just play the game where I try and remember the rules. That guy is going to be a lawyer. I might just call you lawyer. I'm in a similar boat, but I play Rebels, just kind of concerned. So I play... Rebels are apparently a little bit better than Empire. And even then, they're both crap. So I'm going to get smashed as well. Don't worry about it. Like, if you're going to... The only reason you should worry about the meta, really, is if you're trying to win properly, like, top table, win the event. Other than that, you just take the faction you're going to play and just play your best list with it. Because you could be spending lots and lots of money chasing that meta, and it's just super expensive. So I just wouldn't do it. You've not looked at Legion in over 12 months. And you've played about 100 games. You've played on TTS. Nice. I actually heard that the mod on TTS was really good. I don't know how true that is, but that is what I heard. Oh, this miniature. What is this guy doing? He's got... Oh, what? What is this? What is this guy doing? He's got one arm. Oh, he doesn't actually have... Okay, I can just build them separately. Man, I'm so bloody clumsy. Why am I so clumsy? I swear to God, I'm not normally this clumsy in, like, real life. I feel like in real life, I'm like, you know, the cat. How am I looking? I'm looking good. Oh, not today, but you know what I mean. Ellis hasn't been streaming much. So Ellis basically... I don't know if he's gonna... I'm just gonna ruin his channel. And his updates. Basically, Ellis now owns a wargaming shop called Elysium Wargames. So he changed his channel name to Elysium Wargames, and he's going to, I think, he plays Star Wars Legion and Age of Sigmar. From what I can gather, he's planning on doing Age of Sigmar battle reports. So, like, for the shop kind of thing. I really can't get this off now that I've put it in there. Empire was, yeah, for sure, yeah. Empire was top dog until the clone factions came out, and then they just sort of tumbled down the list. Even like Pontons were better. So basically, Empire haven't been good now for over a year. Not this time last year, but in like Feb last year, Tauntaun smashed Europeans. So yeah, it is what it is. I'm just not even like... I'm doing the terrain channel. I have a Star Wars Legion like bat rep channel essentially at this point. We're going to be like a relatively casual one. I have my MMO channel. I have a daughter who's like 1 and a bit. I do not have time to become good. So good is out of the question. If I inadvertently, like, over time become good and better, fine. But I'm not going to chase the meta. I'm just going to take what I've got, what I actually want to play, and just slowly build like that. The mod is excellent. Oh, cool. I think it's just fun playing with new people in events. Yeah, that's what I said to myself. Like, I had a bit of a crisis of meaning, in a sense, when it came to wargaming. I was almost tempted to stop because I was like, what? I'm never going to become top dog because I don't have time. So why am I playing? And it's a good question. Like, you've got to question yourself. Like, why do you do things? And I realized that I just like going to the fun. I like going to tournaments just for like the social fun, you know, aspect. I like coming. The difference between I came 3rd or I came 8th, I'm not really asked about. So there you have it. I'm super clumsy. I've dropped and broken every mini. Jesus Christ! You want to see how many like bits of terrain I've had to like bodge together because I've dropped it. But yeah, I know that. You've brought everyone in the last 3 months, with the exception of one single piece metal mini which I dropped but didn't break. Oh, I feel like metal miniatures. I really hate them. I just don't feel like they take paint very well. So I don't think I'd even... Where's this guy's gun gonna go? What? Wait, I need to check where this guy's gun's going. I've like put in his arm, but his gun... Does it just go on the floor or something? Wait. Oh, it goes on his back. The gun apparently goes on the back. Oh yeah, there's a little nit. No, I don't see it. What? What? He's got like a strap and it's like... Oh, okay, I can see the strap. Okay. So it's gonna go like that. How is that gonna... What? What? How is that gonna stay in? Mate. What? I do not get that. Fits his strap on. Oh, I do love a bit of a strap on. Bit of an old pegging session. I'm kidding. I've said some very weird things this stream. I do apologise. I find more success sticking with what I understand. It made me play third. Yeah, to be fair. So I apart from really dog turd armies, I was picking up random things and doing sort of okay at tournaments, but I was never like pushing on to the next level. And I realised two things I need to push on to the next level. There was some really like tactical things in game that I just like I knew of, but I didn't necessarily follow through. I don't want to bore you with them, but I was playing against Nicky, one of the better players in the UK. And I had a chance of beating him, but like I ended up leaving Vias on like no wounds, and then Miami he was left on one win, but then Miami sort of crumbled. And what the lesson was literally simply to it's probably got a better name than Focus Fire. I wanted to wait and then just nuke one thing, and yeah, like doing that just really improved my game. So there's a few little things like that. Gamer Addict Frank, so me and the guy I'm going to be doing the back rep channel with, we've decided he wants to concentrate on Rebels and the Republic, and I'm going to concentrate on the Empire and the Separatists. So I need some droids. I don't have any droids. I am going to try and buy some second-hand droids. I do not want to build them. Like, no siree. And hi Fox, by the way. I'd rate that a solid 9 out of 10. I like what's weird about this stream is I end up with little memes between people. Do you know what I mean? Like person specific memes. I don't even understand how that's happened, but it has happened. It is what it is. I hope. See, I'm like second guessing myself. I hope that I've got the right person. Otherwise, Fox is going to be like, what? But yeah, I do not want to build the droids. That is a strong contender for one of the... I went on eBay last night to see if I could find any built, and the only thing, people were selling 3D printed stuff, but I couldn't find any built ones. So yeah, it is what it is. I just really don't want to do it. I'm probably gonna have to buy a core set at some point, so I'm gonna have to build at least 2 units. So I need somehow I need 4 units of droids built, and I don't really know how I'm gonna get there. Separatist is my main army, but you're building rebels. Yeah, so obviously I've been bad in the last 12 months, but I really can't collect everything. That realization is definitely obvious to me now. So 2 factions I feel like is a bit more like is sort of reasonable. I've got go on my hands. Droids are thoroughly the worst models. Yep. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I really don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Now, there was a guy called Chris who very kindly, in February-ish last year, dropped off some droids for me at Element Games. Unfortunately, COVID happened, and they've lost them. And I don't blame them for that, because I can't expect them to wait that long. But, yeah, that's unfortunately not something I'm going to happen. So I'm going to keep my eye on Facebook and on eBay, and just try and find some droids that I built. Ideally, on eBay, I want some droids that are very poorly painted, so I can strip them and get them cheap. And then on Facebook, preferably built and not painted. But it is what it is. We'll see if I can get it. No, I'm really unhappy with this strap. It feels like it's upside down. Like it's got... There's a little connect... Wait, is that the barrel of the gun? What? Is that correct? It doesn't look right. It doesn't feel right. Does anybody know how to build this? I cannot figure it out. It's got a little... Does everybody have a little insert on their backpack? Yeah, they all do, so that's not relevant. How does one proceed? What has occurred? 1 second, I need to plug that back in. Maximum professionalism. Like, to be fair, there's nothing I can do. Because if I leave it plugged in, it starts flickering. Hi, War Games Geek, how are you? I'm just struggling with where to place this gun on the back of this guy. I know that it goes on his back. You know? It goes on his back, and it appears to go... I think it goes like this. I think it goes like this. Nope. It goes something like this. What is this miniature called? I'm gonna Google this. I just don't know the answer. I just don't know. I just don't know. I just don't know. I do not know. So let's have a look how it's called. Dear, somebody would have asked this. Mortar Trooper Gun. Let's find out how you actually do this. Yes, I agree with this. Somebody show me how you build this. How to build. I hope you're doing very well though. Shall we watch Crablock's video? I need to see the back of it. Like, I need to see it. Okay, I need to... Does it make any sense? What? I'm so confused. Also, I searched Star Wars Legion on YouTube and went to channels. My channel didn't turn up. I was furious. Does he actually build them? Does he build them? Show me the mortar. Maybe he's had this issue as well. Nah, mate. Does he actually build it? Nope. Fiddlesticks. If anybody can get me a link, do let me know. I'm really not sure how to proceed. Let's see if I can do that. Let's exclude the word gun. And nobody's going to show me the back of a miniature, are they? Like, when you're showing off a miniature, you don't go like, he's obviously going to want to see the back of it. The Sarastro not painted them. Hey, that's a video. That guy Tabletop Oddity there. What a legend. Maybe I'll search Shore Trooper Painting Guide. Shore Trooper Painting Guide. Okay. Okay, I've got a plan. Oh, this guy. Oh, it's Warcog. Yeah, no Warcog had done it. Quite a few of these bad boys are in here. Yeah, so what I'm really interested is, you know, like at the end where they often do like a round, they'll do like a thing that spins around. I sort of want that, but I think he's just painting that one guy. Ooh, are they all just painting the same guy? Oh no, wait. Here we go, guys. The moment I have been waiting for. Oh, I can't see. Wait, so he's got the butt of the gun up. So it goes from top left to top right. No, top left to bottom right. Let's see here. Yes. Okay, it's not a great image, but we've got it in 4K apparently. Okay. Can I figure this out with an image? So the butt of the gun goes up. The handle of the gun goes where? No, that doesn't make sense. It doesn't even feel like the right gun. Right, so is that actually supposed to strap on there? Is that actually supposed to be that? Or is that a barrel of the gun? What? Why is this so difficult, guys? Okay, I'm gonna show. It doesn't feel right. It doesn't look right, and it doesn't feel right. So the two concerns I'm having right now. Apparently, it goes right down to his leg. What? Say what? Oh, oh, oh. Let's get this up on the screen. I'm hearing the CIS Miami intro now as Jay goes, enhance, zoom. Hey, I very nearly took a snippet of that and waxed it in Photoshopped and zoomed in. So you're not too far off. So I have a feeling that the butt of this gun, there's a little nib here at the very top. Sorry, you can't see. There's a little nib at the very top. That nib may be the thing that connects to the strap. The strap on, as we're calling it. That looks how that guy had it. Now, it doesn't make any sense because there's literally no contact points on this. They just give you it and you just glue it on, which is always great. So this is perhaps the worst thing I've ever seen. It literally doesn't make any sense. Do I just gamble and I almost said click glue and just whack on the glue? I think I might do, you know. Might just whack some glue there. I'm just gonna do it. If it's wrong, it's wrong. Sue me. I'm gonna whack some glue on this little nib. If the glue would ever actually come out of this tube. Do not run out right now. Now I've put way too much on. Then I'm gonna randomly try and put a small amount everywhere. Why have they got the scope on the inside? I do not understand this gun at all. Then I'm going to randomly try and glue this in there. This is going to be an absolute disaster. I've put way too much glue there. Whoa, way too much. Now, I don't know if this is going to stick. I don't know if my hand is going to stick. I don't know what's going on. But I'm there. I'm here. It feels so wrong. It looks wrong. It's not gluing. Well, this is an absolute disaster, guys. I ain't gonna lie. Ooh. Okay, I think I found the other end. I think there's a little nib here as well. So if I can get a bit... Come on! Don't give me that much glue. The good thing about plastic glue is that it all melts together and goes... It just feels like it fits nicer. Whereas super glue, it's like, no, you have to be exact. Right, okay, no. I've nailed it, guys. As long as it'll actually glue to get... Stay. There's a little thing there, if you can see it, but I'm not going to try and dawdle on it too long. But there's a little... It's literally the worst thing I've seen in some time. Quite frankly, absolutely diabolical. Okay, fingers away from the eyes. You know me. That's coming up in a minute. This is never going to stay. It's like I got two of them. I'm just moving on with my life. I will glue them together later. It's been an absolute catastrophe, there's that, for sure. But we made it. So, that's the second thing I wanted to talk about. What's his name? Memory like an absolute sieve. Bardscraft is stopping YouTube. Not strictly, but he's stopping terrain making. Bardscraft, he's basically got another channel. I feel like it's called something like Of the North. It's not Angel of the North. That'd be weird. Something Heart of the North? Something, I can't really remember. But yeah, he's making another... Well, he already has another channel, but it's basically like outdoorsy types. I have to say, there was one video where he just went into the northern part of where he lived. and just camped out for the night. It was quite, it was engaging. I enjoyed it. So I obviously do wish him well in his future endeavors. It's a very interesting thing to just stop like that. I would have thought, now maybe maybe I'm wrong to say this, but considering he had like Patreons and the channel was doing well, I personally would have thought that he could have kept going with terrain, but maybe just cut down the terrain videos. But he obviously doesn't feel like that's right, so he's packing it in, or at least temporarily ceasing a cessation of activities. But yeah, I do wish him well in his new channel. I probably won't be continually watching because I'm not interested in outdoorsy kind of stuff. But yeah, Bird's Craft is stopping, and yeah, there you have it. So yes, that was the other thing, and Balrak was the other one. For anybody who's wondering, like, what the hell am I talking about? I was just wishing Balrak a speedy recovery because he's like broke bones in a serious accident and stuff like that. Age of the North, that makes sense. Thank you. I was like, it sort of looks like Angel. I got some of the words similar, some of the letters. So there you have it. But yeah, hopefully he finds success and happiness in whatever he's doing. I mean, he didn't really make the same kind of videos I make, so you know, he was making like fantasy and stuff like that, which, to be fair, I actually do plan on making a few more fantasy videos. To all of your disdain, the next one is actually a fantasy video, so that'll be the end of the channel then. Yeah, you know what, let's have a look at the rules. Let's do something I wasn't really planning on doing. Oh, that's my head. I got dandruff. But yeah, I do wish him well whatever he is doing. So for those of you wondering what I've been actually making, I've been making these units. Technically these are core units that are sort of like two, but you need to have the Shore Trooper to have the detachment. Yeah, I'll show you this. So yeah, they are, for those of you wondering, I'll give you a very brief explanation of Star Wars Legion cards. So that 4 here means that they are 4 models in the unit by default. That little symbol is a core symbol. They have 1 health each, so you get 4 health basically because there's 4 of them. 1 suppression, which is sort of like a morale mechanic. That is the defense dice, that red, and there's 2 defense dice, a red and a white. I'm telling you this just to sort of remind myself. This is the range of the weapons they have and the range of their weapons. So there's a melee attack, which is black dice, and there's a range 1 to 3 blaster rifle shot, which is black dice as well. Now they don't surge, so a surge is a symbol on the dice which then does something fancy. They don't surge to attack or defense by default, so there's nothing there. This 2 pips here is the movement. Yes, they are the ones from Rogue One. I believe that is where they're from. On the side here is sort of like, well, there's your points. That's your faction. They're the sort of upgrades you can take, various upgrades. So you generally have like an extra trooper and a heavy. The heavy one is sort of like a special gun. They come in the pack as well. Then here you'll end up with the unit's keywords. So target, in this case, target 1 is after you are issued an order, you gain 1 aim token. That's nice. An aim allows you to reroll 2 dice, generally. Nice. So, yeah, that's the card. So this is a detachment. So this is a very special unit in terms of this one. You need to take this. You need to take the Mortar Trooper. You need to take that one. But you can see the Mortar Trooper has 3 health and 2 courage. Red defense dice. But if you look at the shooting, yes, it's got the same sort of blaster rifle from the guy, but which you can either shoot that or you can shoot from range 3 to 4. 3 white dice with critical 1, cumbersome suppression, suppressive fixed front. So yeah, that's the general layout of the cards. I really like the card mechanic. I really like the way that FFG and / now AMG do their rules, where it's like the rules for the unit are with the unit. There's no army books. You just buy your rules. Yeah, God, it just saves so much like faff. Also, saves money, I think, really, at the end of the day. It probably loses FFG, now AMG money, because they don't get to make that sweet dollar from selling books. But there you go. Bye, Tyler. Hope you have a good day at work. That sounded weird. I hope work's not that bad. That's probably better, but there you have it. So yeah, and then you get certain cards and not cards. You get certain like cardboard tokens as well. So they all have different meanings. For those of you wondering, this is a suppression token. This is a name token. This is a dodge token. These are your like. There's a mechanic where you randomly select these, and that tells you what unit you get. These are both core symbol units. These are your wounds. They'll be for your mortar basically. And this one is a standby token. That I'm not sure what that's for. It's sort of like a vehicle one, but not a vehicle one. What is that for? What? Oh, it's panic. Man, just do not use them. It's a panic token. Whoa, I feel like I've never used them. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. I really don't recognize it. But there you have it. Now, so yes and no, gamer addict Frank. So yes, it's 2 units, but it's not 2 of the same unit. Like you couldn't run 2 full short trooper units, right? That's a no. But the mortar guy on his own is technically a unit. But to take the unit, you have to take that and then take him. But yes, it does count as 2 different units, and you need a minimum of 6 core units, and it will count as 2. So yes, it is 2 units, but it's not like 2 of those. It's 1 of those and 1 of those. But some armies you can sort of sometimes get 2 units out of them. Like there's the sniper teams and stuff like that. I think you can run as like. You technically have enough models to run 2 units, the small one and the big one. And now they're doing special things with like Iden and special forces and stuff like that. They have, and Clan Ren, they have special stuff in them. So yeah, there's a few different things going on, but all good, all good. Now, shall we have a look at mold lines? Let's have I was going to say a sneaky look. It's not really a sneaky look because I'm going to pick it up and look at the mold lines. So there you have it. Now, where are the mold lines? Let's have a look. I need to get a bit closer to this. So there's a mold line here on the top of the head. Here, let me turn this to autofocus, if it will. And then if I do this, will this autofocus? I don't know if that did or if it didn't. It's a bit too shiny, but there's a mold line on the top of his FOD, basically. Now, this is the kind of thing where, quite frankly, I'm not sure it's worth having that camera there because I'm going to be like this, going like what have you. So we might just leave that off and I might just chat whilst I'm doing it. I mean, am I even sure this is a mold line? Because there are lines on his head. But yeah. So yeah, I'm very excited to get back in the swing of things. I'm sort of feeling a little bit overwhelmed by it though. Just because obviously lockdown and everything's like ending, people are getting vaccinated and all that kind of stuff. At least in the UK, I know in certain places, like especially like India at the moment, maybe that's not the case. But yeah, I feel like there's a risk of getting overwhelmed. Now, I think I'll be fine, but I can imagine for some people who are maybe don't like social situations or whatever, they're gonna get like literally, you're going from nothing to a bombardment probably. So it's going to be really fascinating, I guess, is the thing, to see how people get on. It'll be really interesting to see if people have a great time. I'm just not sure I'm going to know how to talk to anybody, you know what I mean? The new AA speeder, is that the big juicy Spaceballs one? I'm not actually seeing how much it is, but I'll tell you the flying ship is like 50 quid. Yeah, I feel like they're making them. They're missing a bit of a trick, but I guess they've got to recoup the license. Like, I feel like if there was a game that actually came in and sold relatively cheap models that you could buy, and it was a good company, and they were, big company as well, and they had a decent IP, I feel like you could move the market, move the needle, because Games Workshop and now FFG AMG are so expensive in sometimes. So I really do think that you could, a budget competitor could really do something special, but whether or not that'll happen, I don't really know. Generally, when I remove mold lines, I'll remove them on the top of the head, and like places where you're going to see them, but then I'll just leave them because I don't really care about them that much. Yeah, it's over 50 quid. It is expensive. Like, let's not beat around the bush. Like, I was buying some models, so I bought the Vital Assets because I don't think I actually picked it up when it came out. And I was like, I'll buy it when I go to my next event. And and then I bought, I already had the Shore Troopers. I bought, what's it called? He's not Iden, Gideon. And it's an expensive hobby. It really is expensive. And I've got some disposable cash, but I don't really have enough disposable cash to keep up with them to like such a vast degree. They are expensive, to be fair. It's an expensive hobby. It's literally the most expensive thing I do. Like, making terrain is way cheaper than this. But like, if I was buying, it's okay if you're doing one faction. I feel like it's okay, because I don't even know what Rebels last had, but it feels like the Rebels probably didn't have much for that long ago. What was the last release before that for Rebels? I really can't remember, because we had the specialist for the Separatists in the Republic, the Rebellion. It feels very expensive, to be fair, not gonna lie. But terrain is like so much cheaper in comparison if you're making it yourself. It's insane. It really is insane. And then weirdly, this always makes me think that I make like budget terrain. Do you know what I mean? I make terrain that's cheap. And I'm always like, should I even bother making terrain that's cheap when everybody has a certain amount of money? Lando, yeah, but see, I think like characters are, I got a bit annoyed. I felt like characters were a great way to expand an army without that much like cost and effort. Lando's fine, he's 12-13 quid, fine. That is a great way to do it. But like a big 50 quid vehicle is like, ouch. It's a bit of a beast. So they're definitely, yeah. It's something that concerns me. I mean, but yeah, as I said, it's an expensive hobby. Maybe we all have the disposable cash, and I'm just worried about it for no reason. I don't know. That's what sort of feel. I feel like I'm the odd one out who cares. Like, if you look at Games Workshop and like Cursed City and stuff like that, like, really, are we the odd? Are the people who are that bothered about the price the odd ones out? That's what I worry. Now, if you have no money, you don't have a choice. So obviously you're a bit more stuck with whatever you've got, I guess is what I'm saying there. Now, I've just taken that off, and it's garbage. It shouldn't have actually been taken off, but to be fair, it was miscast. So I'm just going to smooth it out and have it be a bit weird. Yeah, I had a bit of a mold. It wasn't even a mold line, it was just a defect in the model. I'm just going to scrape it off and pretend that it was never there. I might scrape the other one off and pretend that one was never there. But yeah, so I do worry about the price of wargaming. But I do think maybe I'm the odd one out. Who cares? But yeah, it is what it is. Nothing I can't go to Games Workshop and be like, yo, Games Workshop, why are you charging so much? I know why they're charging so much. They need to make money, obviously. But I feel like 3D printing is really going to be... It almost feels like companies need to milk model making right now because they'll never get another chance to do it. Like, if you can buy a 3D printer for 100 quid and then print quality models that's almost as good as GW, why are you going to spend 50 quid on one model? Like, that's the question I think you got to ask yourself. I have cash. I just can't let them... We all know... We all been there, I think. We've all been there. Yeah, like... I didn't... Yeah. I will probably buy that vehicle because they said it's Empire and I'm going to collect Empire, but it's just... I don't know, it's just expensive. I don't like the idea of being in a rich person's hobby. I don't know why that, like... worries me a little bit. Because I feel like you then limit diversity and all kinds of stuff. So there you go. Once 3D printing becomes affordable, it's going to be a similar story to torrenting movies. Yeah, I really don't know how it's going to get on. Because, like, I think, like, weirdly, FFG had the right idea where you need the cards and the tokens and all that kind of stuff. Quite frankly, I could print the cards and make them sort of indistinguishable between their models and the official ones. But now you've got to print the card, but you've also got to print the miniatures. Like, you are going to be able to counterfeit them if that's what you want to do. But I really hope that the end result is actually just a decrease in cost overall. It's not a bad idea. That's what I might start asking for holidays. I don't think of it as a rich man's hobby. At least I'm not rich. But no, I'm not rich. Do you know what I mean? But there are things outside your reach. Yeah, I think that's the. Yeah. It's all a bit. It's weird. I think. It's weird. It's a weird hobby, and as I said, I spend a lot of my time thinking about how to make cheap stuff. Do you know what I mean? And weirdly, I think that's actually the right thing to do, because I did look at, like, I did a question about Proxons, and it turns out that, or hot wire cutter, I don't know what it was, but basically, like, the majority of people didn't have a hot wire cutter. But you would think everybody had a hot wire cutter if you looked at YouTube. So I don't know, like, it's interesting. Well, one of the models I need is about 50 quid, basically €50, whatever it's going to be. And you don't have to buy it, but if you want to run it, obviously you do. Now, I could print a copy. I could print a version of it, you know. I think it's going to be really interesting, because if you are playing at home, you only need the rules. Do you know what I mean? This is sort of more of a philosophical point about wargaming as a whole. As wargaming and 3D printing change, you would think that Games Workshop need to become more centralized focus of where to play, right? So I would not be surprised if they see a move into more like larger buildings and stuff like that, because if you're playing in a Games Workshop place or a store or a proper a regulated event, you're not going to want to take the chance of taking a 3D printed model if you're very good or whatever. So they're going to want to regulate where you play, because if you just play with your friends, why doesn't if you have like 4 of you who play and you don't go to events, and one of you's got a print an army, who cares? Nobody cares. Oh, you've got a Proxon. And they're not uncommon, but you would literally, I think it was about 10% of people had one. Well, 10% of people who watch my channel anyway. But basically, it's like playing chess with figures made of twigs and stuff. Yeah, which is possible. There's no need for that expensive stuff if you're just playing with people you don't like. That's not where the. I'm gonna say, like, you know, where Games Workshop official products matter. So I think, I know, as I said, I put myself out there that I think there'll be a little move towards Games Workshop more running events, either be it casual or what have you. But I do think they're going to try and take control of where people play, so that they can control what people use. Because if you're a hobbyist, why are you that bothered about building some about buying some new orcs when you can probably print something just as good? Now, I will say, I don't know how many of you guys have looked at 3D printed models. People charge quite a lot for them. Like, it's only worth buying 3D printed models if you're going to print several of them. And quite frankly, who's gonna, like, you can pay $15 for 3D printed files, then you've got to print them, or you can pay 25 quid and just buy 1 unit, but then you could have printed 2 units for the same price. Do you know what I mean? So it's going to be really interesting. if you're playing at home, you don't even need to print. You can just proxy. Well, that's true, but I do think people enjoy the visual aspect of it. And when you can get models that are just as good, basically, then, oh my god, it all opens up. Could be, but maybe they come up with a beginner's low-cost version of models. Yeah, but then, like, I think 3D printing's almost as good now. Like, I mean, it's not as good, but it's not a billion miles away. A 3D printer could print these models. And they wouldn't be, not indistinguishable, but they'd be very close. Like if you got somebody who was actually very good at doing it and knew where to put the supports and stuff like that, the quality would be very close. So I am very curious. It's a very interesting thing for me. And I really don't know the answer. I don't know what's going to happen. I do think that eventually people like Games Workshop will sell 3D printed files. I know that's not on the agenda probably until... You're probably looking at 5 to 10 years away for that at minimum, right? I think they'll sell the 3D printed file. And then I think what they might do... The way they might want this whole thing to work is that your printer is tied into sort of like the internet, right? So they might work with printing manufacturers so that, and you sort of buy it, you have an account on your 3D printer and that's how you buy stuff. That's really what needs to happen. That's sort of like Spotify, isn't it? You need to be able to pay them to do it at a reasonable price. And then they need to... but then how are they going to regulate if you go to a tournament with bootleg stuff? So, yeah, really, really interesting. I do not know the answer. This miniature's popped out of its thing. Oops. I don't know if it just never went in, but it's not in. Let's try and get it in again. But yeah, I'm fascinated at the same time, slightly concerned, because the good thing about having Games Workshop and like Atomic Mass Games / FFG is that you have a centralized game to play. I don't like once you decentralize the games. I personally have the risk of not being able to find games. Like. And that's a concern for me. I don't know how many of you people are equally as concerned, but yeah, like, get in the bloody hole, mate. Mate. No wonder you didn't go in the first time. You're an absolute pain in the ass. Okay. I'm just going to pull you off. Pull you off and trim you down. Isn't it games like Frostgrave? It's just minis. Yeah, so the problem with that is those games haven't hit a critical mass where I could get a tournament sort of reasonably when I wanted. So that's the problem with those games. Not the quality of the game or anything like that. It's just that I really wouldn't know who to play with. And then you're also not playing like... You're not playing a popular game. And I feel like playing a popular game is quite good. So it's going to be a very fascinating, like, it's going to be fascinating. I am fascinated, but I don't have the answers, and I have spent a bit of time thinking about it, but I still think the answer is difficult. I just don't think it's an obvious, there's an obvious, like, where this is going kind of thing. I think it's going to be a very complicated thing. Like Games Workshop, but whatever they decide is the future is going to partially be the future. But if they decide wrong, then I do feel like games like Frostgrave and stuff like that might just come out and smash them. Like, if you get a good rule set for in a era time that people like, and you get the models printable and free and cheap and whatever, then I do think they're gonna have an interesting time. I do think, obviously, Games Workshop are moving towards the law being the thing rather than the rules. So, yeah, very, very interesting. And people will come in and say, oh, it's definitely going to be this, but I just don't think it's guaranteed. I think everything has its pros and cons. And me getting this arm in here is definitely not happening very easily. Why is this arm such a pain in the absolute arsehole? Why won't you go in? Right, you're vaguely in, I think, but not even then. You're not really in. You're like faking. So yeah, I'm not sure. It's gonna be interesting. The one good thing about stuff like video games and stuff like that is you know what video games are gonna do. They're just gonna get better graphics, better gameplay, bigger servers, better internet, VR, all that kind of stuff. But wargaming, I think, is really you wouldn't. It's almost like the technological age never hit it, because Games Workshop never sold the rules like properly. They're just about doing now. But like, yeah, it's almost like the technological age hasn't hit wargaming yet, and it's creeping up, and it's creeping up really quickly. You've not heard about Frostgrave? Oh, Frostgrave, for those of you who don't really know, it's a very well received. Essentially, it's like a skirmish game for like fantasy, right? But you have, I think, the idea is that you have like a wizard that you can level up and stuff like that. It looks very interesting for sure. Frostgrave is one of those games that, if it was like, it's not really a tournament scene, it seems to be more of a campaign kind of game. But if Frostgrave could have been a game that I could have done on YouTube with people and played into tournaments and stuff like that, I could have picked up Frostgrave. I was actually I think it genuinely looks like really interesting. But it's just one of those games that I couldn't play if I wanted to, kind of thing. So that's why. But yeah, it's really, really interesting game for sure. I might give you a little. There is the Stargrave one is basically, I mean, you'll never guess this. Very similar, but set in space. It's set in space. I know, how insane. What an insane concept. I'm going to show you a very brief sneaky peek of what I've been working on. You may have just seen. Oh. Ooh, what could it be? It's obviously not ready yet. I need to paint it, record the video, edit the video, do all different kinds of stuff. But yeah, that's the plan. That is the plan. We've been talking a lot about Legion, by the way. So for those of you who aren't subscribed to my channel where I talk about Legion, I'm going to give you the link to where I talk about Star Wars Legion. So as I said, there will be some changes coming to the channel. It's going to just be the same content but more. Like, I'm going to be doing the news still, and I'm also going to be doing more bat reps, but I'm going to be drafting in somebody to also come along and do bat reps. So yeah, that's the plan. That's the goal, the dream. Now, internet wise, I did something pretty clever. I've bought this thing called Speedify, which isn't necessarily the greatest thing in the world, but what it allows me to do is I've got my internet and I've got my phone plugged into the computer and it's using the internet, but it only uses it if my main internet dies. So I'm hopefully confident-ish. Gone are the days of blaming Virgin Media for internet issues. But yeah, do be prepared. I will be doing more of these streams because I want to get my units painted. So I'm probably going to spray these in sort of like a tannish colour, maybe hit them with contrast or something like that. Try and just get it done quickly. I might just give them the old serif sepia, whatever it's called. So yeah, just be aware that there'll be more streams like this. But that is the end of this stream because I'm I don't know, tired, fatigued. Not the same thing. I'm just saying the same word. I want to see. Oh, look how blurry those lights get. Ooh, look at it. It's delicious. Ooh, it's delicious. Maybe I should just talk like this to the camera. What was the name of the kit? That kit you mentioned. That kit. What do you mean by kit? Sorry, Paul. I'll happily stay in chat, by the way. I'm not going to rush off. Don't worry, there's no rush. But kit. In what context? I do apologise. Are we talking about the units I was building? The channel? The I don't know. I don't know what I said. And I do apologise. My back's a bit sore from like leaning over. It's not very comfortable. The thing. Sorry. Yes. So I'm using a thing called Speedify. So essentially it lets you have multiple connections, and you can set one of them to be like a backup only. So my main internet is my Wi-Fi. Weirdly, then I'm using the backup internet of the powered cable, because I've got one that goes through the house power, but it's a very dodgy. It's not very good, but it's sometimes better than Wi-Fi. So I have them combined. Yes, Speedify, exactly what you've just written is correct. And then I've got my phone as like a backup. So if Virgin like betrays me, then it'll pump up and use my data. But it also means my data is not used unless there's a problem. Which, whilst I have some internet, I don't have unlimited data. So, yeah, Speedify is what I use. There's something called Exit Lag, which apparently lets you have 2 internet connections, but it doesn't seem as good. It's not the greatest software. I have a bit of a problem with it because whenever I go on websites, it seems to think I'm in the USA, even though I picked the UK server. So I only turn it on for the stream. So, yeah. But if you're having really bad internet connection issues, you might be fine. I also just said I really like it for streaming. So, yeah, that's it though. Thank you very much for watching. I don't have any songs, but yes, as I said, check out my Star Wars Legion channel if that's something you're interested in. Like, I spoke a lot about Star Wars Legion. More terrain, obviously, on the way. We're going to go with Buzz Backup. Yeah, so I that is one reason I was almost tempted if you were working from home. If you're working on your computer as well and you can install it, then yeah, if your work is super important, like mine, it doesn't matter if my internet goes off, it'll just come back on. But yeah, so there's more content coming on the terrain channel, don't worry about that, always more content and more streams as well. So I appreciate these streams maybe not as interesting as the ones where we like have a terrain subject, but I've been doing a list of terrain ideas, not making terrain, but like terrain topics to talk about. So we'll probably come in and out. Oh, Phil, sorry to break this news to you, but the stream's ending. I've been building some Star Wars Legion miniatures, and I was just saying get used to seeing me because I'm going to have to be building more, painting more. Got a back rep channel coming out, so yeah, get used to that. I'm going to an event this month, so do get used to it. But this one, Phil, you've just missed. I do apologise. And for some reason, I wanted to sing Go West because your name was Phil East. Doesn't make any sense. Yeah, do apologise. Have a most beautiful day. Thank you everybody who watched. Thank you to the people who liked. I can see this is probably one of the most liked streams I've had because I said press like. Yeah, have a most beautiful day. Check out my Star Wars channel if you're interested in it. My next video probably before the end of next weekend. Yeah, I've got to paint it and then edit it and stuff, so probably then. Next stream, there might be one Tuesday. Let's see. Have a most beautiful day though. I almost said like and subscribe. You'll catch the next one. Thank you. I appreciate that. Have a most beautiful day. Goodbye. I'm still here. I don't know what I'm doing. Normally I do a song, but I've not got a song planned or anything like that. So it literally just is the end of the stream. But yeah, if you wanted Star Wars Legion content, go here. The name will be changing. I'm not going to give you a thing. I'm not going to tell you what it is. No worries, Paul. I do apologize for you started talking and then I'm off. But have a most beautiful day. Go west. Put your indicators on, whatever that advert is in the UK at the minute. Go west. Da 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 da. Do 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 do. I was trying to be big in Japan, but I couldn't remember how it went. Goodbye, everybody. Love you all. This is where I wave weirdly. Just wondering how I can continue to do this. Bye, Mike Danson. See ya. I'm off.